Hello, everyone. This is James with Unity of Greenville. Thank you so much for being there, for being here, for us able to be together on this another day. So, today I want to talk to you a little bit about happiness and joy. I want to ask you a question. Are you happy? Do you want to be happy? Well, I think that in life, happiness is important. Happiness is usually an outward stimulus that elicits a positive feeling or emotion. It's typically an outward kind of a thing. If circumstances in life are going pretty good, you feel going along pretty well, it feels like it's pretty smooth, and so therefore you feel pretty good about it. You feel happy. And there's nothing wrong with that, but there's a deeper element that we want to talk about, and that is this idea of joy. Joy is an inner sense of well being and wholeness, an inner sense of well being and wholeness that is not connected to what's happening around you. In other words, it comes from within, it arises from within yourself. Now, yes, it's wonderful to have everything out here, all your ducks in a row, all your hunkies dory, all that kind of stuff. But what we really want and desire first and foremost is an inner sense of well being, an inner sense of peace, an inner sense of wholeness. In fact, this is the whole of the gospel or the good news that Jesus spoke about. Many people have taken what Jesus said and they've turned it into an outward expression rather than an inward expression. In other words, if the conditions are right, then you will be saved. But the truth of what Jesus was talking about, he was talking about an inner healed state, a healed state within. That's what the word sozo in the Greek means. It's this healed state. It's a state of wholeness, a state of well being, a state of joy. It's an inner condition. So that's what he was teaching people. He says, as long as you're looking out here and you are being controlled emotionally, spiritually, physically by what's going on around you, then you are controlled by your conditions rather than allowing that which is within you to come forth and to bring you, your true nature, your true state of being, which is wholeness. It is a healed state. And when you are able to experience this wonderful state of joy, this inner sense of well being, then the world out here can do what it does. And it doesn't mean you're not active in the world. It doesn't mean you don't respond to the world. It doesn't mean that you don't participate. It just means that you come from a different place. I'm not waiting for you to be happy. I'm not waiting for all conditions to be perfect because I know that inside of me is this inner strength, this inner confidence, this inner ability to endure and to overcome. Wow. So, in a sense, you actually save yourself by going within and by learning to live from that inner state. Because it is your state of being that really matters more than, the outward circumstances. Because circumstances, they change all the time. It's like people are always complaining about, whatever president that we have. They're always complaining. I don't like this guy. I don't like that guy. I don't like this lady. I don't like that lady. And it's like, okay, wait 5 minutes. The president that is the one now will be different next time. And then that one will only be temporary, and then it'll be different. That's the thing about living in the United States, is we do have we don't have a king, we don't have a dictator. We elect these people into office, and it changes. That's what I'm really trying to say. Is everything changes in this life, and it's learning to adapt to change, because change is going to keep happening. It's amazing to me that some people feel so surprised when something changes. Oh, I couldn't believe that that happened. I couldn't believe that this person, you know, that that he left me, she left me. Um, I was so surprised. Well, guess what? Change is the natural state of life. That's why you have to learn to be rooted and grounded in your own state of being, your own awareness of life, your own awareness of peace, of joy, of happiness. And this is the reality, is what is within you, is true reality. What you see out here is the ever changing form of circumstances and situations. It's ever changing because it's evolving. It has to change. It can't stay the same. Everything is spiraling, everything is moving, everything is evolving towards a greater, higher destiny, a greater, higher outcome. And so when you know that, say, you can live in joy. When you know that the present circumstances are temporary, whatever you're going through right now, it will change. Whether it's good or bad or indifferent, it will change. And even things that look bad in the moment can actually turn out and bring forth a positive result if you are living according to your true nature, your true spiritual essence, which is joy, which is peace, which is loving awareness, which is kindness, these kinds of things. You know, I've heard for years, I've heard people ask God to come into their lives, and I know what they're praying, and I know what they're saying. But the truth of it is, God is already here. God is already with you. If God wasn't with you, you wouldn't be alive, because God or spirit, a divine spirit, is the very breath that you breathe. It is the life force that is within you. So really, what we are doing, if we listen to Jesus and other spiritual teachers, we understand that we need to change our focus toward God, or toward the inner life, rather than out here, and become consciously aware of what's happening in us and around us and to us and through us. This is how we live in joy. This is how we make peace with what's happening, because we know that even though it looks bad, sometimes it will continue to move and to circle around and to reorganize and to change. Isn't that good? So that's why change is good, because if things were just the way they are all the time, and we're stuck with it, it would be a miserable place to be, because things are evolving and growing. Thankfully, that's the truth. Things are changing. So you can learn to live on the inside in that state of pure joy, and allow what happens out here to continue to do whatever it needs to do. Because if it didn't need to do it, it wouldn't be doing it. Make sense? There are all kinds of conditions that are trying to work themselves out, work themselves through. And if we just kind of leave them alone and not be so quick to make assumptions, to try to fix, everything, uh, I'm not saying that you're not proactive and you don't do what you need to do in the moment. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about walking around trying to be Mr. Miss Fix It. Here I come to save the day. Mighty Mouse. No, that's not who we are. We're here to be a support. I'm here to be a help. If you ask me for help, then I would gladly, give you help. But if you don't ask for it, I'm not going to come into your life and say, listen, you need my help. I'm going to fix you. Right? Doesn't work so well. But the truth of it is, there is this wisdom that is in all of us. Sometimes I engage, sometimes I pull my energy back. The wisdom is knowing the difference and when to act and when to pull back. That's the real wisdom. That's why it takes wisdom to fix the problems we have today. Because sometimes we engage in things that we really are clueless about. There's some things that will just resolve themselves if we let it. Then there are some things that you need to actively participate and engage in so you can make a change. But it all starts from coming from a healed state, a whole state. When you come from that state of wholeness, then you're going to add your wisdom. You're going to give knowledge. You're going to give understanding. You're going to be at the right place at the right time. You're going to be able to say what needs to be said in the moment because you're coming from that God power, that God place that is within you. And believe me, that is the only thing that really works. That's what works. So contemplate this, consider this today, use it in your life, investigate, and then allow yourself to lean upon that inner power. Lean upon it. God is with you now. You are never alone. Isn't that wonderful? That's good to know, isn't it? I appreciate you being with me today. If you would like to make a donation to our Unity community, I invite you to go to our website, unitychurchofgreenville.org, and you can make a donation there. Thank you for that. If you want to find out more about our ongoing events, you can find out about that. We have meditation on Tuesday mornings at 10:30 in person. We tomorrow night, Wednesday night, we have another meditation this week. Every Wednesday is different. Sometimes we have game night. Sometimes we have drumming. Sometimes we have meditation. Sometimes we have discussion. So there's always something new and interesting and spiritually beneficial to you. It's why we do it. It's for you. And so come and join us if you're in the area. If you're not, there's plenty of things that you can watch online and participate with online. And we're constantly adding more and more content every day. Thanks for being with me today. I appreciate you. Have a cup of joy today. All right. Take a big drink of joy and have a great day. We'll see you soon.